So hello guys, welcome back to the channel ERY, and today we will be discussing about ICT. So everyone wants to learn ICT, and what do I mean by ICT first? Okay, everything will be covered, don't worry. No, okay, so inner CIR circle trader something. Okay, inner circle trader, that's the whole full form of ICT. Okay, so that's the only thing. Today we will be discussing about FVGs and FVGs with external ERL and IRL. These three concepts, okay, these three concepts which is important, and I'll make it so simple that you can understand the market. Okay, so any using these three, any market can be understood exceptionally. Okay, so how, what an FVG is? FVG is 3 candle, let's suppose just 3 candle, where, like, let's suppose these 3 candles, right? Buy and buy. When first candle's high for the buy side, when the first candle's high doesn't touches the third candle's low, so this area, right, this area, it's called an FVG. Similarly for the sell side also, let's suppose these 3 consecutive candles over here, so the first candle's low, in this case for the sell side, right, so it doesn't touches the third candle's high. Okay, good, you understand, right? Yeah, this is what an FVG is. What do I mean by an FVG? Okay, so FVG acts as a support, a strong support level. Okay, that's it. Acts as a support or resistance. Okay, support or resistance. Acts as a support and resistance. So whenever it taps in that, it goes like whatever direction. If it's in the buy goes buy, in the sell sells. Okay, so that's the how it is discussed. Okay, ERL is called external range liquidity. Okay, and for IRL, internal range liquidity. Okay, so people get confused with ERL and IRL or structural liquidity. Okay, I'll tell you something. There was a very long time. Okay, so when I was doing structures, right, like when just structures, something like that. So if you all know what daily, okay, daily H4 and H1, right, if you all know how structures work, right. Let's suppose there is a buy structure over here. Daily you see is like this thing. Okay, what will you see on H4? Similarly, like this thing. Okay, so you will be seeing like over here something like this, right? You see something like that. How will you see the same thing in H1? Like this. More, right? More structures. Okay, more structures. Market, even if it using ICT or anything, it works in the same way. First a breakout, then price comes back and you find an entry. Like just draw a 50 fib. If price comes back at the 50% below, you just make an entry. Anyway, it's possible. Okay, so but when I started, right, so I was kind of everyone was talking about liquidity, like, oh, it's going to take this liquidity, then this and that. It was confusing. It was confusing for me. I thought that liquidity, it's not like liquidity, but I didn't used to do liquidity stuff. But that thing was called space. What do I mean by space is, let's suppose this is a space, right? So price needs to fill this space and then go. But while it comes down, it creates another space, right? So it needs to fill again, then again creates another space, come back, create space, right? So that's what liquidity is, just a space to go, clear out, and then go in the same direction. Similarly, what I'll tell you all guys is internal liquidity means is, it depends. Okay, it depends on the higher time frame or the time frame you're watching. Okay, so let's suppose on the daily, in this case, external liquidity, what does it means? Okay, when price breaks, okay, or this thing, you already know this is right over here, right? So the price comes back right over here, all the structures on the lower time frame because daily will look like this, but H4 will look like this, right? So all the structures on H4 time frame, right? It's gonna be internal liquidity. Why? Because it needs to take this space. Okay, and the external liquidity is the high or the lows, which is at the highest point or the lowest point before it takes the internal over here. This is the internal liquidity and this is the external liquidity. Okay, this is how market goes. Again, the same thing, right? If the same thing, let's suppose there was another structure over here. Price comes, take this internal. This is 50%, right? This is a 50% area over here. Price touches, goes upside. So tell me, it took the internal. Where will it go? It'll take the external, right? Obviously, because it's in a structure, right? That's how structures move from inside to the outside. So it's going to take the high, or people call it external. So after taking this external, where will again it go? It'll again go into the internals of this level, right? This structure. Okay, I guess you all guys understand internal, external liquidities. Okay, so I'll show you a top-down analysis for this part. I'll show you how it is done. Okay, first everyone says like, oh, don't do on monthly. So we'll mark FVGs first. FVGs or just like a boxes. Okay, so FVGs. Okay, let's suppose this price was over here. This thing FVG, right? We tapped. And also, while you're marking FVGs, mark all the FVGs in these conditions and an OB order block if you already know. If you don't know, just a down candle before a move up. Okay, that's the whole OB, right? I'll explain it later in the videos, but first, okay, this thing, right? FVGs, because it tapped in. Okay, it's on monthly. What will happen on the weekly? Let's go, let's find out when it touches. Okay, so weekly. So you remember, these are all the internal liquidities. Okay, IRL, internal liquidity. Circle it. And where is the ERL? Over here. ERL, external liquidity, over here. So as I told you, it's a structure, right? We need a fair price to enter. 50%. FVG is below 50%. Good. Now we can enter, right? Good. Yes. Weekly. Let's go. Let's look at what it is. So there was an FVG. It took the FVG. It tried to go upside. It wasn't able to do it. Why? Okay, why? I'll tell you. This you have to align. This is what you have to align. Daily looks like this. Price is coming over here, right? But on a lower time frame, what will look like is this, right? It broke. It can come over here and then this thing. I'll show you. See, internal, it was supposed to go upside, but what happened? It was this thing. Okay, it broke. Now what happened? For the weekly, monthly is good. Yeah, monthly was supposed to go somewhere from either from here or maybe in the deeper zones. But what happened over here? It took this low. It break the low. Now, for the weekly, the structure is bearish, man. For the weekly, the structure is bearish. So what will happen? Again, same thing. Internal, external. This mark the FVG for the external. Mark the fib. See, draw the fib. See, you can see it. Let's just mark over here. Cause 50%, right? So yeah, I'll just mark it. Okay, let's go on daily first. So now, you know, all these IRL. It's not confusing, right? It's not confusing to you all guys, right? And ERL over here. ERL. Simple as that. On weekly, it says ERL. IRL. Good. So as soon as price comes over here, it took it. Good. Now tell me, there was CCC again. On weekly it was sell, right? Good. But for this to reverse or this to go for the buy side on the daily, there wasn't any break to the upside, right? Which can say, oh no, we will go upside, or the structure change, right? There wasn't any structure change. So what happened in this case? It still took the internal liquidity and it then went to the lows, external liquidity. That's why this thing didn't respect. Like this one was monthly, right? This one was monthly. Why did this not respect? This is the reason. Similarly, daily, we took it, right? Good. It went down, took the external. Very nice. Now weekly, let's go back on weekly. Now, after it took this thing, again, it went down. Okay. Still, for the monthly, still there is no level over here, right? So we are still waiting for price to tap over here. That's fine. Weekly is 50%. Oh, wait, we'll just draw the FVGs first. So there's only one OB over here, and that's it. There's nothing more. So this thing, 50% to this. Okay. Mark it over here. So now what? Just the last up candle before it goes down. I'll be making the videos for the OBs, how you're supposed to mark. Now what happens? Weekly is back, tapped in the zone. Now what? We got daily. What's the internal? Internal is over here. IRL. What's the external? External is over here. ERL. But again, last time daily, it didn't matter, right? Because it went up. It didn't break in this case. But as you can see, in this case, it broke. Okay, it broke. So what you are supposed to do in this case? What will happen over here is mark this first, mark all the fibs. Like for here, to be honest, over here, just this will mark and then fib it up till here to here. Take this 50%. Now, what happened? Okay, now what happened is now it's a little bit confusing to you all guys, to be honest, right? Like, so this one is weekly internal, took it. Now price is supposed to go external, but because this broke, right? This thing broke over here. What will happen is, or what might happen is, price comes over here. So in this case, for the daily, right? This is the daily. So what happens is, in this case, price comes over here, take this and cause that IRL as for the daily, and take the ERL for the daily. And after that, what it means is over here, right? So it comes here, went up, goes into the deeper level, and then it might go down. That's how it is. That's how IRL, ERL works. For the next week, even if you're selling, okay, it's good, sell, it doesn't really matter, sell. But be careful of this 50%, man. Okay, be careful about this 50%. Price might go from here, or 50% below is like the whole damn thing, okay? So be careful about this thing. You understand my point, right? So that's the whole concept for ERL, IRL. Breakdown this week, 10th. Oh, over here, right? So before it was supposed to go up, so it means it was supposed to take this IRL, right? So it was supposed to take this H4. Yeah, right. We cannot, we don't want daily for that thing, right? It was supposed to go upside this side. So 10th, right? For the 10th, what happened was, yes, it was in the upside. It didn't tap 50%, but still it respected FVGs, which some people take these things, but I'll say for the beginners, ignore it, because obviously you want price at a fair value, right? So that's why it goes up. I'm like, okay, good. Now it's good. It took the external. Now it came back again. In this case, you can see, right? 50% again. Fib it up every time. This thing 50% below every FVG. Mark it. So in this case, what happened? H1 or M30? It's fine. Let's go on M30. So you can see this is all IRL. If market has taken IRL, where is it supposed to go? ERL, right? So for this one was for the H4, it took the internal over here, and it was supposed to go upside, take this high. When price comes over here, I'll show you some entry. It's gonna be not that hard, but a simple entry. When price taps over here, what you'll do is, because it's already in the 50%, right? So it's already in the 50%. So what you're gonna be doing is take a look at a liquidity sweep. In this case, price went for M15 because I already know this thing. See, liquidity sweep of M15 over here. As soon as it sweeps, goes back, you can see over here, it break this high and then create an FVG over here. You could have entered here and target 1:2, that's it. Or maybe you could have targeted the highs in this case, but again it came back. Why? There is another reason why, I'll tell you again. So what happened in this case was, right, I'll tell you. When people think, right, price came back to remove you and then go, nah, that's not how it happens, man. Like I'll show you. Wait, this is a swing right over here. It broke. Good. So for M30, this is an internal and this is external ERL. Good. You understand my point, right? Good. Now, but now the things happen. M15, what happened? Similarly, there was another internal, right? Break. So this one was IRL and ERL, right? Structure. Fib it up. 50% below. Everything should be marked. Everything should be marked at below 50%. So there is no FVG over here. FVG over here. OB over here. And another OB over here. Right? So 3 zones. Okay. 3 zones are there to enter. Right? Just go on M5 and look for sweep and entry. For the whole, cause M30 caused this break, the M30 ERL or IRL for M30 goes down, pushes down, but again M15 broke to the upside, as you can see over here, which didn't let M30 internal take the external. So what happened was M15 IRL was taken, given some confirmation over here, and then took the ERL, and because it already had moved already from this once, it similarly took the highs. I'll show you. Let's show M5 entry, cause there was an entry over here. So in this case it was like one big move. Okay, so it's invalid over here. That's fine. Sweep, and you can find some entry over here. Another was over here. It's sweep this low, created an FVG over here, placed the trade over here, and then TP at either this external if you're comfortable, or you can also target the highs, whichever you all like. Okay, so this is how this week we were supposed to trade. Okay, so I guess you all understand this point. I guess there's no problem in this case, right? So it was like quite a big topic. I tried to explain it in a very simpler way for you all to digest. And if you like, you can join my Telegram and you can just subscribe, man. See you next time. Bye.